Some Switch games look dated now, but the best Nintendo Switch games in 2026 still feel surprisingly fresh. I'm Alice, and I pulled together big-budget adventures, RPGs, racers, fighters, and action games that are fully released and worth playing right now. Let's dive into the list. At number 1, Pokémon Legends ZA feels like the freshest reason to keep a Switch close in 2026. Lumiose City turns Pokémon hunting into a dense urban adventure with rooftops, streets, hidden corners, and real-time battles that make every encounter feel more active. Mega Evolution also gives the biggest fights extra energy. I really like how different it feels from the usual badge-by-badge journey. If this list helps you find something new, tap like, subscribe for more gaming picks, and tell me your favorite game in the comments. The mix of exploration, fast decisions, team building, and familiar Pokémon makes ZA easy to recommend, especially if you wanted the Legends formula to push further without losing the collecting loop that makes the series so addictive. Sliding into number 2, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond brings Samus back with the kind of lonely sci-fi atmosphere this series does best. You explore the alien world of Euros, scan strange ruins, hunt for upgrades, and use new psychic abilities to solve environmental puzzles. Combat stays deliberate instead of turning into a non-stop shooter. I love how the quiet exploration makes every discovery feel important. It is a polished adventure that rewards curiosity, patience, and observation from start to finish. Number 3 drops you into The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, where Hyrule feels less like a map and more like a box of possibilities. Ultra Hand lets you build vehicles, Fuse turns random objects into weapons, and Ascend constantly changes how you read the environment. The Sky Islands and depths add layers to explore. I still think the best moments happen when a ridiculous solution somehow works. Few open-world games make experimentation feel this natural, playful, and rewarding. For number 4, Super Mario Odyssey is pure movement, color, and constant surprise. Mario travels across different kingdoms, while Cappy lets you capture enemies, objects, and creatures to gain new abilities. That mechanic keeps platforming fresh because almost every area introduces another playful idea. Hunting Power Moons can be quick or tricky depending on your mood. I love how easy it is to pick up for 10 minutes, then accidentally keep playing for an hour. It still feels wonderfully polished. Coming in at number 5, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild still earns its place through freedom. Hyrule gives you a destination, then trusts you to figure out everything else yourself. Climbing, cooking, physics, weather, shrines, and improvised combat connect in ways that keep exploration unpredictable. I still get a thrill from spotting something strange on a distant hill and simply going there. Even years later, its quiet atmosphere and player-driven discovery make the adventure feel unusually personal. At number 6, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe remains one of the easiest games to recommend because anyone can have fun. The handling feels smooth, the track selection is enormous, and races can turn upside down in seconds. Local multiplayer is fantastic, while online matches give competitive players more to chase. I think its biggest strength is how skill and chaos stay balanced without killing the fun. Whether you race seriously or casually, each session creates stories worth laughing about afterward. Number 7 belongs to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a crossover fighter that feels impossible in scale. The roster pulls characters from Nintendo history, JRPGs, fighting games, platformers, and more, so every matchup can look ridiculous. Under that fan service is a fast, technical combat system with endless room to improve. I love how the same game works for chaotic couch battles and one-on-one matches. With so many stages, modes, fighters, and music tracks, it remains a massive celebration of gaming. Taking number 8, Super Mario Bros. Wonder proves a side-scroller can feel unpredictable. Wonder Flowers transform stages in strange ways, changing gravity, spawning stampedes, twisting scenery, or turning familiar rules upside down. Badges also let you tune movement with abilities that encourage experimentation. The animation is packed with personality, and every level seems determined to show you something new. I really enjoy how quickly it moves from one clever idea to another without dragging things out. It is joyful platforming. At number 9, EA Sports FC 26 is the pick for players who want a football game on Switch. Matches are quick to understand, but reward patient passing, smart positioning, and timing. Career options give solo players a project, while Ultimate Team keeps the competitive grind moving through squads and online matches. I like having a sports game that works for short handheld sessions without needing a huge story commitment. For football fans, it offers plenty to keep returning to. Breaking into number 10, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero delivers the oversized anime battles fans have wanted for years. Huge arenas, fast movement, transformations, beam clashes, and a massive character roster make fights feel closer to the show than a traditional tournament fighter. Episode Battle revisits famous moments, while Custom Battle gives players room to create wild matchups. I think the spectacle is the main attraction here. When powerful characters start throwing planet-shaking attacks, the Switch screen suddenly feels very small. At number 11, Pokémon Scarlet and Violet trade the linear route for a wide-open Paldea that lets you choose your direction. You can chase gym battles, hunt Titan Pokémon, or follow Team Star while building a team at your pace. Terastallizing adds a tactical layer to important fights. The rough edges are impossible to ignore, but I think the freedom and character stories carry the adventure. For players who love collecting, experimenting, and wandering, Paldea remains surprisingly easy to revisit. Number 12 takes us back in time with Pokémon Legends Arceus, a game built around catching first and battling second. Hisui feels dangerous because wild Pokémon can attack your character directly, while stealth, aiming, and Pokéball throws make collecting much more physical. Research tasks turn the Pokédex into a project instead of a checklist. I loved how satisfying it felt to study a species, improve my approach, and catch it cleanly. The loop makes exploration feel purposeful every minute. For number 13, Animal Crossing New Horizons offers the opposite of a stressful action game. You arrive on an island, gather materials, decorate your home, shape the landscape, and build a community of villagers. There is no pressure to rush, which makes seasonal events and daily routines feel comforting instead of demanding. I think the best part is seeing a messy, empty island gradually become something personal. It is cozy, flexible, and perfect when you want gaming to slow down. Charging into number 14, Splatoon 3 turns competitive shooting into a bright, messy fight over territory. Turf War is easy to understand because covering the map matters as much as landing splats, while Anarchy battles add focused objectives. Salmon Run gives co-op players a different rhythm with waves of enemies and frantic teamwork. I love how movement through your ink makes every match feel fast and fluid. The style is loud, the weapons are creative, and matches rarely feel predictable. Number 15 is Monster Hunter Rise, where every hunt becomes a mix of preparation, timing, and controlled chaos. Wire bugs make movement faster than older entries. Palamutes help you cross maps quickly, and the weapon roster supports different playstyles. Solo hunts are satisfying, but co-op is where the game comes alive, as 4 hunters coordinate against enormous monsters. I enjoy the moment a difficult creature finally goes down after several mistakes. That payoff makes upgrading gear and mastering combos incredibly addictive. At number 16, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is for players who want a huge science fiction world and freedom to disappear into it. Planet Mira is packed with towering creatures, alien landscapes, hidden routes, and dangerous zones that tempt you off course. Combat has layers, but unlocking skells changes exploration dramatically. I like how small your character feels against the scale of the world. It is demanding at first, yet the sense of discovery becomes stronger the deeper you go. Number 17 brings Metroid Prime Remastered, a first-person adventure that values observation as much as shooting. Talon 4 is full of interconnected areas, environmental clues, hidden upgrades, and creatures worth scanning for context. Modern controls make aiming feel comfortable without losing the slower, exploratory rhythm that defined the original. I think the atmosphere is still the star, especially when music, weather, and lonely ruins come together. It is compact compared with giant open worlds, but every room feels deliberately designed. For number 18, Metroid Dread is all about momentum and pressure. Samus moves with speed through a network of rooms, sliding, climbing, countering attacks, and unlocking abilities that open routes. The EMI zones add bursts of tension because getting caught can end a run instantly. Bosses demand sharp reactions and pattern recognition. I love how powerful the game makes you feel without becoming easy. Late in the game, movement itself becomes satisfying enough that backtracking rarely feels like wasted time. Taking number 19, Luigi's Mansion 3 mixes spooky atmosphere with playful comedy instead of horror. Each hotel floor has its own theme, so exploration keeps changing, from movie sets to gardens, shops, and puzzle rooms. The Poltergeist G00 is used for combat and environmental tricks, while Luigi opens clever co-op possibilities. I enjoy how expressive Luigi is when something scares him. The animation sells every joke, and the puzzle design keeps the adventure moving without becoming frustrating for most players. At number 20, Kirby in the Forgotten Land brings the pink hero into full 3D, with an adventure that feels friendly without being empty. Copy abilities give combat variety, while Mouthful mode turns ordinary objects into silly tools for puzzles and traversal. Rescuing Waddle Dees slowly expands the central town and gives exploration a reward. I think the game is at its best when it surprises you with a clever visual idea. It is cheerful, polished, and easy to recommend. Number 21 opens the doors to Hogwarts Legacy, giving players a large wizarding world built around exploration, spells, secrets, and school life. You attend classes, learn new magic, wander Hogwarts, visit Hogsmeade, and head into the surrounding countryside for quests and combat. The Switch version makes obvious visual compromises, but the full adventure remains impressively portable. I enjoy the castle most because simply getting lost in its moving staircases and hidden rooms captures the fantasy better than any checklist objective. At number 22, Red Dead Redemption delivers a slower kind of open-world adventure, built around atmosphere, character, and a fading frontier. John Marston travels across dusty towns, deserts, ranches, and wilderness while chasing former members of his old gang. Gunfights are straightforward, but the world feels alive through strangers, animals, side activities, and unexpected events. I personally think the sunsets and lonely rides create some of the strongest moments. The included Undead Nightmare adds a fun, strange change of pace. Number 23 is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Complete Edition, a huge RPG that fits on Switch without losing its identity. Geralt travels through war-torn regions packed with contracts, political conflicts, monsters, and side quests that often feel as strong as the main story. Combat takes practice, but preparation and signs add useful options. I love how often a simple job turns into a morally messy decision. With both expansions included, this is one of the longest adventures here. For number 24, Persona 5 Royal blends stylish turn-based combat with the routines of school, friendship, work, and city life. By day, you build relationships and improve skills. By night, the Phantom Thieves enter surreal palaces to fight distorted desires. The calendar system makes every choice feel valuable because time is moving. I love the presentation, from the menus to the battle transitions. It is a very long game, but the characters and rhythm make those hours pass surprisingly quickly. Closing the list at number 25, Sonic X Shadow Generations is built for speed, replayability, and fans who love chasing runs. The package combines remastered Sonic Generations stages with a shadow campaign featuring abilities and open hub spaces. Levels reward memorization, alternate routes, and clean execution, so replaying them feels natural instead of repetitive. I think Shadow's campaign gives the collection its strongest energy. It is flashy, fast, and a great pick when you want action without a massive commitment.